Alright Marers, welcome to another episode of TML Craft Designs. Now for today's episode, I'll be doing a step-by-step process, acrylic painting on canvas, of one of my all-time favourite actors, James Caan, in Micheal Manns' Thief. I have the movie on Blu-ray, but Arrow are releasing a 4K Ultra HD version. What I really like about Arrow releases, I'll show you here, as well as the excellent quality of the film of course, you get a choice of flip covers, which are usually the original poster or an alternative artist's piece. I really like what this artist has done here, so I think I'll keep it as this cover. As a film fan, I'd highly recommend anything that Arrow brings out. So I have the reference picture here for James's character in Thief, Frank. So I'll start out by drawing the proportions for my painting here, very lightly with pencil, as I don't want to accidentally put a hole in the canvas. I do have a habit to press down a bit hard when I'm drawing. So part of the reason that I do this show, obviously to show off my art style and hopefully inspire other beginners to pick up a brush or pencil and have a go themselves. But also I'd love it if people come away from one of my videos and think, oh, I'll try that film out because Tony's suggested it at TML Craft Designs. So if you click like and subscribe, there'll be more art advice, film recommendations, memories of great athletes and sporting moments, and also some mental health discussion, which is a big part of what I want to do. So now that the pencil stage is complete, I can move on to the base paint layer. Now I use a technique which I blatantly stole from an artist that I follow on Twitter called Patrick J. Killian. Go and give him a follow. He's my favourite boxing artist out there. Get up there, Patrick lad. So I was initially using orange for my base, but Patrick actually told me it was in fact burnt sienna that he uses. So now personally I just mix both colours together for the base layer. And this is kind of for just like filling out the painting, showing what I've got to work with, size and proportion wise. And as you add more layers onto the painting, it adds more depth and it really makes the painting pop out of the canvas. At least I like to think so. So Thief is a 1981 neo-noir heist thriller, written and directed by Micheal Manns, who had been an executive producer on Miami Vice. This was his debut film, and he went on to do many more of my favourites, including Manhunter, Last of the Mohicans, a movie version of Miami Vice, Collateral, and Heat. And I've just recently read the follow-on book to Heat, Heat 2, by Micheal Manns. That's an excellent story worth you buying. So now this base layer is done, it's time to add in the dark background. Now I'm mixing some blue, some violet in with the black, as it's seen as like a taboo to just use pure black. But I mean, if I'm totally honest, even after the mixing, it just looks black anyway. So whatever you want to do for your black or your darks, just go for it, just have fun, just paint. In the starring role of the film, obviously we have James Caan. He plays an ex-con professional safecracker, Frank, who's been making a successful career robbing safes with his mate, played by Jim Belushi, also running a car dealership as a front for his illegal activities. However, he starts to find that time's ticking away and he wants to get the things that he wants out of life right now. And so he agrees to be hired by a gangster to make some big scores, with his intention of getting out once he has made enough cash, so that he can settle down with his partner, who's played by Tuesday Weld, and their adopted son. But getting his cash and getting out isn't as easy as it seems. And now he's got the police and the mob after him, the net's closing in just as the time was ticking in earlier. And this leads him to make a drastic decision that culminates in a crescendo of violence as the film's climax. But I'm not going to tell you how it goes, you need to go and watch the movie yourself, it's great. So now the base is done, I can get on with adding skin and other details. Now you're going to have to trust my process when you're watching this video, because I often know in my head what the painting is going to look like when it's finished, but the steps to getting there can sometimes be very frustrating and it doesn't feel like you're going to get to where the final destination is, if that makes sense. But as long as you're having fun with the painting, don't get yourself frustrated, take a step away and come back to it. You will get there in the end. Keep going, keep painting. James Caan's been in some absolutely great films. Most people will know him as Sonny from The Godfather, but a few more of my favourites with James: Killer Elite, Misery, and Rollerball. He's also very funny in the film Elf as Walter Hobbs, Buddy's dad. But the standout for me for his career is definitely in Thief. So that's the second layer done for the skin and face and hands. I can now focus a bit on his jacket and shirt, his weapon, and also the trees and bushes surrounding him. So now I start to fill out his jacket and shirt and the outline of the gun, as I've mentioned. I mean, what I'm trying to go for with this piece, I mean, if I'm trying to get a bit artsy and hoity-toity about it, is the cool, composed nature of Frank amidst chaotic, colourful violence in everything else around him to sort of mirror what's going on in that scene in the film. But again, you're going to have to watch it to see what I'm on about. So in the scene I'm painting, there is a lot of trees, bushes and greenery in the background. So obviously, as you can see here, I'm adding a few shades of green. I use my fingers to smooth out some areas. I mean, brushes are great, but you use whatever's at your disposal to get what you want done. And there's no wrong with a bit of fingering. So I'm feeling a bit like the legend Bob Ross here, just adding in these happy little bushes and trees. A mix of white and blue to accentuate the reflection of light on his jacket and the gun. A few more touches to those trees. Start filling in that shirt now. So a bit like the colours that I'm trying to bring out here in this painting, Micheal Manns did a masterful job in his debut, using the backdrop of city lights to make a rather dark and bleak story almost really vibrant and really pops out of the screen at you. The film also has an awesome soundtrack by Tangerine Dream, sets the tone perfectly, especially during the beach scene. Again, you'll have to watch the movie to see what I'm talking about, the beach scene, but yeah. All of these factors together culminate in what is, in my opinion, one of the all-time coolest movies ever made. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend that you either stream it or go and buy the Arrow release, either the 4K or the Blu-ray. So now this is where my vision starts to come to life, I guess. Adding the extra bit of depth and shadow really brings the piece together, and this is what I mean when I was saying, like, I can see where the painting's going, even if earlier on it doesn't look like it's taking shape. It's all about adding those layers and kind of create an illusion with your painting. Like, I'm not painting James Caan, I'm painting a collection of shapes that, when you put them all together, they'll look like James Caan. So that's how I see it anyway. Just a few more details here and there now, to really try and put the character in his face. Bit of reflecting light, adding in his stubble, 5 o'clock shadow there. Bit more reflection and highlight to the gun. Add in my signature, and yeah, I think we're about done here. So I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked my painting. Drop us a comment, let us know what your favourite James Caan movies are. And if there's any subject you'd like to see me do, let me know. And of course, if you haven't seen it, go and watch the movie Thief. So if you want to see more of my art, more film discussion, like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next week. Have a good one, be excellent, and keep painting.